Hi everybody, this is the host, aka Host 1.
And the co-host, aka Host 2 here. Just a few quick words before we jump into the episode.
If you're a new listener, here's how the show works. We typically will spend about 5% of the episode at the beginning and the end talking about a motivational related topic, and then the other 95% of the episode is a ton of comedy in between.
We'd appreciate it if you could please like, subscribe, and share the show with other people. Feel free to leave us a comment wherever you're listening or send an email to facetodaypodcast@gmail.com.
Now, back to the episode. And we're back.
We're back.
We're back!
This is the Host 1, Host 2, and we have a special announcement for all of our listeners this evening or this day, wherever you are located. We have a special guest on this episode.
Yes.
Who do we have? We have guest 2. Guest 2.
Guest 2.
Please say hello, guest 2.
Hi, I am guest 2.
Guest 2, our first female voice.
Female. And we're not judging against any type of LGBTQ transgender vibes or issue, but
I am a woman.
A female.
She is. Yes.
I do identify as a woman.
And the only reason we're saying that is because it's Pride Month.
It's Pride
And
Month.
we're trying to bring attention to it.
Yes. We want to make this a very inclusive show, as we've talked about before. So we welcome a womanly voice. Hopefully they can give us some insight into some deeper topics here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome. And what brought you to the show, guest 2?
I don't know, can I say? I have to keep my identity anonymous.
Oh, go ahead. What's on your mind?
No, I mean, what brought you to the show initially? Not tonight. You were an avid listener of the show.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
And
a friend of the show.
yeah.
And that's what we're looking for here.
We're looking for friends of the show.
I mean, I think I was invited to the show, actually.
Well, you were.
Yeah,
You were.
we didn't exactly find you off the street, but you might have a prior
Connection?
relationship of one of our hosts in a sense that, like, you know, genetic
Might be related.
Yeah.
Might be related. Might not. Might be.
Me and
Might be.
co-host 2 might have a
Yeah.
relation. We might be brother and sister.
It could be.
Could
It
be. Or we just found her on the street. Just kidding.
So, to all of our listeners, we're not going to ramble on too much, but as you know, we start off the episodes with a little motivational topic, and the title of today's episode is Get Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable. And would any of today's co-hosts like to explain why that's the topic tonight, or should I jump in and explain?
Why don't you go first? Host 1.
The reason for Get Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable is it is going through life, and anything that you're going through, you need to not have everything be going perfectly.
Yes.
And you need to understand that things are going to go the opposite direction of how you perceive it to be and how you want it to be.
Absolutely.
A lot of the time. So basically what I'm trying to say is sorry, my co-hosts are giving me, or my co-hosts might have seen a cat running.
We might. A cat is running across, and we are laughing.
But anyway,
so
basically, all right. So I get
what you're saying.
We don't give this much thought to our listeners, but here's the most simple explanation I can give you of why it's the title of the episode. So, like, I think an easy trap people can fall into, and I really mean this, is like, you're not going to, if you're going out at night or you're doing something, if you're not feeling like perfectly like on point, or you know, you're like not in the zone, you're gonna be like, oh, like, you know, I'm not able to be my full self, I'm not able to like be in the moment, I'm not able to like give it my all, my best. That's such a dangerous trap to fall into, because things are always going to arise. You're always gonna like kind of, you might feel a little uncomfortable, you might feel a little off, and it's so important to like take the mindset that you're going to accept that, and you're going to like own it, and no matter how you feel like along the way, you're just gonna keep being yourself.
Yes.
Well said.
Yes. Very well said.
Thank
I'd
you.
just like to add, you know.
I'm giving myself.
Yes.
That was great.
Thank you.
Let's clap.
Yeah.
All right, guess 2. What would you
I'll
like to
just
say?
add,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to improve in life and you want to grow and continue to be the best you can be, that's going to require being uncomfortable. It's going to require going
So
out of your
true.
comfort zone.
Ah.
Oftentimes we like to just stay where we feel comfortable, but then what do you know, a year, 2 year, 5 years later, and you're living in the same building, and you're single with the same job, and
As a few of us are.
you didn't really make, right, exactly. You didn't make a lot of progress in your life because you just wanted to stay in the comfort zone. So if you want to grow, it's important to push yourself. Be uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable.
That's a great
Yes.
other side of what, like, basically we said two different scenarios
Yes.
of the topic. So I love your explanation of it.
Yes, love the explanation. And you know what?
Do you have a third?
I have a third.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this real quick, and then we'll get into the juicy
Yeah.
topics here. Two inspirational figures who I know talk about getting out of your comfort zone. One of them is Mike Tyson, right? He
Yes.
talks about everybody has a plan.
Mr. Earbiter.
Oh, the earbiter. Mr. Earbiter.
The guy himself.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be comfy, and then life doesn't go according to plan. Then you get hit. Then you got to adjust. One more person is David Goggins. Talk about comfort zone.
Yes, David Goggins.
David Goggins. He says, again, comfort zone. You have to do your best work when you're least comfortable.
Wow,
Yes.
that was good.
That's yes, and that's the mindset we want our listeners to have, and I think that's a good life insight. So,
Almost like anytime you're making a decision and you're not sure if you should do what's in front of you, you should just do it anyway.
absolutely, you just got to push forward.
Like,
yeah.
have
Yeah.
some judgment around that, but
have some judgment
Right.
and
don't
yeah.
not do things because you're anxious or you're scared or you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen. The uncertainty is a good word that fits into all this.
Yes.
And I believe that should be maybe a future.
Yes, and
topic,
oftentimes
but-
the greatest rewards when you push the comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's then
Right.
Then you
Progress. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I was saying, you might just end up staying where you're at.
Yeah.
And being complacent if you
Yes.
don't push yourself to be uncomfortable. Even though it feels uncomfortable, you
Yeah.
want to feel uncomfortable.
Yes, it's worth it
Because you will grow that
you will
way.
grow, yes.
Exactly.
Just saying.
And so, our listeners, if you've listened up to this point, you know that we really stand by that. We don't want to go too long into the motivational stuff, and we really appreciate you listening because we think the motivational stuff is important, and we're just trying to get people to live better lives and be more satisfied with everything. So we're going to jump into the podcast now.
We're going to jump in.
And my first question to my co-host and my guest host,
The guest host.
Guest two? Guest.
what happened to Occupy Wall Street?
Oh,
Do they just not care anymore?
Wow.
What did happen?
Yeah.
This
What year was that?
Don't say this is a good question because I know it's a good question.
Is it? And that's a theme of the show.
This was a huge deal, like 10 plus years
yes,
ago.
I feel like 2014.
People were occupying Wall Street so aggressively,
and everybody forgets
no
about
one
it.
occupies it anymore.
Yeah. We need New York. We might need guest one to join us with guest two.
Yeah,
because he's in New York.
Guest one's based in New York. It's
He's
true.
yes. We need New Yorkers.
Guest one.
Because they sat in the street.
If he can lay off the edibles.
Oh, the edibles.
Yeah.
And the green.
Didn't Trump become president or something? And
Yes,
people
wow.
just kind of forgot about it and were like,
Everyone occupied Wall Street, and
I don't
then
know.
all of a sudden it wasn't a big deal anymore. I think the media stopped covering it, and
Yeah.
it just fizzled.
I feel like the corporations got together and tried to get everybody off the street and Wall Street. And where's AOC though? AOC should be for that, maybe.
There's
Maybe
no
not.
way that didn't have an end.
Yeah, it had an end. Who ended it?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie.
Bernie came in and was like, he waved his arms around the air. He didn't make eye contact with
didn't make
anyone.
Wait,
He
are you
went
sure?
on stage and said, "Billionaires, millionaires."
No,
And
I feel like Trump came
Occupy
in.
Wall Street might have ended.
It ended.
I feel like Trump came in, and he was
Trump
the
came in.
distraction, and people
Yes.
just got off the streets because they were all angry about the Orange Man,
The Orange Man.
Oh.
and that was the distraction to get people to get off the streets and to go in front of the TV and just watch him call out
Very
Rosie
interesting.
O'Donnell and stuff
Yeah, Rosie.
or whatever.
He's like the only person I don't like is Rosie O'Donnell.
What happened to Rosie O'Donnell?
I feel like I think we might have talked about this on a
That
prior
is
episode.
such a good question though, because
Rosie.
she disappeared into
in the
In
thin
the
air.
ether.
The
galaxy,
ether.
yeah.
She had a talk show and
She
everything.
She was huge.
Was she on The View for a minute there?
Figuratively
Yeah, she was on The
and
View.
literally.
Yeah.
Rosie.
I
She was on The View?
She got canceled?
Oh, she might have gotten canceled.
canceled.
She also probably did well. It was like, fuck this, and bounced.
Just bounce. Just
Trump
pretend.
was like talking shit on her. She's like,
She
I don't
was
know,
on
I need to
Harriet
do
the
this.
Spy.
I think Trump broke her. Maybe.
couldn't go-
Yeah, Trump always getting in the way. And then speaking of New York and keeping on the New York topic, the massive ego behind P. Diddy, Puff Daddy.
Oh.
Puff Daddy himself. What prompted his name change from Puff Daddy to Diddy?
To Diddy.
He changed his name to Diddy.
Yeah. What year did he
This
do that?
happened in 2006, I want to say. Maybe a little bit later.
Okay.
But this man changed his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to Diddy, and not many people had much to comment on it at this time.
Yeah.
What do you think was going through this guy's mind?
Oh, the ego. You said that the ego.
I thought my opinion on this before my other host tonight jump in is the Puff Daddy is a cool name. Like Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
That's just like that's badass.
Oh my god.
Like, why would you change that? Like, it's
Yes.
it's a kind of a crazy name to begin with, but why would you change that to Diddy?
Absolutely.
Diddy?
Yeah.
And remember when he changed his name to Diddy? It was like a big deal.
It was a big deal.
He like had like a whole song. It was like the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D,
There's
the
some-
I,
the D, the
it's
Diddy. Hold up, it's Diddy.
Hold up. Remember
Damn.
the song was called Diddy.
Oh my god.
Everyone
Yeah, I
forgot
remember.
about that. And then
Who? Yeah.
he doesn't. What does he do
Yeah.
nowadays
yeah.
in general?
He should go. Yeah. He doesn't do anything.
Where is he? Yeah.
He's riding on the coattails of Biggie. I mean,
He is.
for the longest time.
He was always like that, like richest black man type. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm the richest. Like I'm from New York. Like, you know, you can't. I'm
Yeah.
untouchable.
Well,
yeah.
But no one really knew what he did besides being like a producer and like rapping on a few songs here and there.
Remember Making the Band?
He
was in that.
Yeah,
He
was
did
in-
that
I
whole
know.
thing.
He was
Danny
in some
Kaye.
movies. He was in Get Him to the Greek.
Yes, he
with
was.
Russell Brand.
Little
who's-
acting,
who's a
little
crack
acting
addict.
career. Yeah.
He was.
He was.
Yeah.
He's Russell
I'm
Brand.
Russell Brand, and I'm a crack addict.
Yeah.
I'm
This is what I-
recovering, and I haven't drank in 25 years.
This is
You
what
know,
I think. This is what I
I'm
think.
a conspiracy theorist now. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got Russell Brand's got a big YouTube following.
He does.
Though. I mean, somehow.
He is a really smart guy. I
He
will
is.
give him that. But he's a
really
conspiracy.
well-spoken,
He's a
but he's
conspiracy
very
theorist.
British and very like,
Yeah.
this is what I think. This is what I think. But
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. But
So guess two.
Is that controversial?
Guess two. Do you have any thoughts on Diddy?
Diddy.
Well, you know, I thought he changed his name because he was trying to, like, you know, keep out of the death or whatever of Biggie and Tupac, whatever, all that stuff, you
Great
know?
point.
Isn't that why? Like, he was trying to,
Wow.
like, you know,
That's why
disassociate
we got
from,
you
like, the
here.
drama
Yes.
or something like that?
But you both.
Because he, like,
Yeah.
might have
He
been a
ch-
part of it
But
or
he
something,
changed.
I don't know.
But he changed his name. Like that would make sense if
yeah.
he did it like maybe like right after. But he
Yeah.
changed his name like 10 plus years after.
Yes.
Good point. He was just trying to rebrand, maybe, you know? Like, change it up, launch that
Yeah.
Ciroc. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, he launched Ciroc. That's true.
Ciroc.
That's true.
Fucking Diddy though. Yeah, his original name was much harder. Like
Sean-
Sean Combs.
Combs.
Bringing broads home.
Is that what he said?
I think that's one of his lines. Anyway. So,
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go.
And then keeping up with the New York topic, the mindset of New York. Shout out to Guess One.
Yep.
Guess One?
Guess one.
Fat Joe.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Throwback.
Did Fat Joe fuck himself with his name? His name is so well known and good for branding marketing, but he always has to remain a bit fat. He can't get too skinny or else it won't
Yeah.
work. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Good
Like,
point.
and it's, you know, I will say before you answer, it's crazy because I've kind of stayed on this I've stayed on this a little bit, and I've listened to some of his interviews. He has lost a lot of weight, but he
has.
still goes by Fat Joe.
And he's
And
not
I feel like he's
not-
in this super strange like situation where he can't like what's he gonna do? Joe? There's already
Skinny
a guy,
Joe?
there's already like a rapper named Joe.
Skinny Joe. Yeah. I mean,
I guess
it's real.
he could just
was gonna say
keep
Cotton Eye
Fat Joe and be in good shape, and like that it is what it is. But like
yeah.
You know,
he was so fat before.
maybe he should change the spelling to PHAT.
Ooh.
He's
Fat
like
Joe.
He's too far in.
He's like he's too real for that.
Yeah.
And he was also like Big Pun. You know Big Pun? He was Big Pun's boy. They were both like Latino New York artists.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Did they have a name? Didn't the group have a name? The two of them?
Fat Joe was like not big like figured like he was like a big time back in the day. He was like a big name.
Yeah.
What's Love?
He's also a good
What's
rapper.
Love? Yeah.
No, I'm talking before that.
Oh.
He actually was like a legit rapper, and he was on very well known. Still is, but like he's from like the early like New York rap days where he was like killing it. But anyways, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. What's he gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah.
No, what's he gonna do?
Oh,
I'm asking you.
I don't know. He's in trouble.
What does he do?
He's got to get big again.
He can't just be fat. Like it's unhealthy. He's even admitted on interviews I've listened to. He's like, yeah, blah, I'm getting in shape, and I gotta lose the weight and all that.
I don't know, man. That's like I feel like there's other rappers that have lost weight, but they don't have the name. He's got the name. He's.
You can't just become a rapper and call yourself fat or skinny because you might change.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Biggie would
Be uncomfortable with the uncomfortable.
Ooh, bringing it back. Yes.
So he's just gotta be uncomfortable with the name.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
Yeah, you just go about your business and someone says shit, you're just like, yo, I'm out here making money.
He should rap about being fat and how he lost the weight and I don't know, motivational maybe, but. That's the risk you take when you name it after how you look.
That's why I'm saying he should just change the spelling and make it a different type of fat. You know what I'm saying? Like fat, cool.
Fat.
P-H-A-T, fat is like a cool fat instead of fat large.
Yes.
All right. I have a question for you guys. What do you think about every single time you open up a new website or somewhere you haven't been before, they immediately ask for your email, your phone number, and start blowing you the fuck up?
They get you with that.
They get you.
Because they offer you 10% or 15% off. So it's like, how could you not?
Every single fucking website does this.
Yes.
When is enough?
Dude.
When you have 40,000 emails in your inbox. I do.
Yes.
There has to be a better way.
When
is
enough
it's too much.
Because it's the same thing with job searching, too. You apply to a job, and they sell your fucking information. They sell your data.
100%, yeah.
What is this about? What is going on?
Oh, you gotta love ZipRecruiter and Indeed's ads. They're
Glassdoor.
They have someone sitting there I applied to a job. I got an interview that same day, and I got the job the same day.
Yeah.
What are they leaving out? We sell your data.
Yes, to the highest bidder. We're making money off you. It's so messed up. Really, it is. I mean, go ahead, guess two.
No. I was just thinking about how... I forget what they call it. Something about the attention economy or whatever.
Yes.
Just go on, swipe, do the thing, just give your email. Literally just typing in the website and going. And they got your monies.
They got your money.
I don't know.
They got your everything.
Everything. I mean, we all live with these computers in our pockets, these phones that are computers. And they know everything about us. They track us, and no one gives it much thought, except for a few of us here and there.
What is privacy anymore?
Ooh. There's not much privacy, but it's funny because there's probably a lot of people out there that march and go into parades, and they're anti-tech, and little do they know they're being tracked as they're on the parades.
That's true.
So the parades are each march step they're taking during the march.
Yeah, literally.
And they're right foot, left foot, while the person's anti-tech, Mark Zuckerberg, should be resigning, blah blah blah.
They know you literally know your
phones know your patterns. They know
patterns.
All the things about your life.
It's all about the algorithms and the predictive. I mean, there's a supercomputer somewhere.
Actually, I have a question. What happened to Sheryl Sandberg?
Who's that?
She is inside the supercomputer.
What the fuck happened to her? She was huge for Facebook for a while.
And then Mark Zuckerberg.
She has not. Her. No one has heard anything about her in years.
Was she not part of Facebook?
Well, she wrote that book, Lean In.
Yeah, Lean In.
And every girl, overachieving, girl that was grinding hard in school was yes.
Well,
I want to be like Sheryl Sandberg and lean in.
I guess I'm not that girl because I don't know who she is.
Guess two.
Oh my God.
Guess two.
I must not be that.
Did you lean in?
I guess I didn't lean in at all because I don't know who she is. So I guess that says something about my achieving abilities and, my ability to be uncomfortable with the uncomfortable.
If Sheryl Sandberg listens to this,
I'm sorry,
her
Cheryl.
ego is going to drop from like 99 to 98.
Maybe it needs to.
Yeah,
Maybe she needs to be knocked down a peg.
It definitely
She's a
needs to.
billionaire.
Yeah.
She'll be okay, I think.
Yeah, she'll be okay. But she also failed upwards, and Zuckerberg gave her breaks, and she finally got booted, like fired.
Yeah.
I think.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
No
Yeah,
one
sorry,
knows where she
Cheryl.
is.
Yeah, enjoy your fucking millions.
Billions.
Billions. Oh, yeah, okay. And keep leaning in until you get...
You have to lean in.
Lean into what?
Yeah. Yeah, lean until you get...
You should probably read the book.
Okay.
By the way, this
Good
is not a
advice.
promotional advertisement. For Lean
Absolutely
In.
not. Absolutely not. This is the opposite.
No,
Don't...
Lean In was probably written by
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, or his AI team.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Lean out. That's the message of this podcast is lean out.
All right, speaking of crazy people, what the fuck is the deal with Sia? Does anyone have any thoughts? Does anyone have any thoughts on this? If not, it's okay.
I think she's a genius.
She's gone absolutely crazy with these appearances and these music videos. But I want to say, before I let you speak as long as you want. I actually really like Sia, and I think a lot of her music is really good. I'm a fan of a lot of her songs. I really am. But like, I don't understand the whole approach she has towards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She won't reveal. She very like only like 2% of the time she'll reveal what she looks like, and she like
what is going on there?
Okay, it's I think it's like cool for a few like music videos here and there, but all the time it's a little weird. Like, you're a good singer, you're talented as fuck, just own it.
That's why I think
Like,
she's a
just
genius.
show yourself.
But like, can you imagine? Like,
I know, but I feel like it's here's why I'm saying that.
Paparazzi.
Okay, here's why I'm saying that. It makes me question: is she the one behind her stuff?
wow,
that's-
wow.
Yes,
Mhm.
I should have like started this, but that's why I'm saying that, because like it's like, all right, why are you like, what are you hiding?
Damn.
What is she hiding? And then she's gonna have Maddie Ziegler,
Yes.
Which I know the guest too knows a lot about. This young girl who's dancing in her videos.
What are you trying to hide from us? Was what I'm wondering.
That's a great point. I mean, you could come up with a lot of conspiracy theories about that, but I was just, taking it at face value. Haha, no pun intended.
Oh, no
face value.
face value.
Because we can't see her face.
Oh.
And Face the Day podcast.
Face the Day, yes.
Oh my God, guess
Face
two.
the Day, Sia. Show your face.
She just, she doesn't want people to know her face and, like,
We would welcome Sia
bothering her and
at
stuff.
any point if she wanted to join us.
Yeah, we'd want to,
She'd come with her big wig on and the bangs and her
Oh,
bow.
the
And
I would welcome her with her wig for sure.
Yeah, and you have that powerful of a voice.
She's Australian too. She'd be like, "Good day, mate."
Good day, yeah.
Yeah, good day,
I'm not
mate.
showing my fight.
I bet you she's not. I bet you.
She's not. Yeah,
She
she's
just,
from
it's all fake. It's all part of the
she's-
thing.
Yeah.
She could be.
The fake persona. She's not going to let people really know who
She's
where
from
she's
like
from.
somewhere in America, maybe.
Yep.
No, she's Australian.
Oh, is she? Okay.
I don't believe it.
One of the first songs I ever heard her featured on was that song with Flo Rida, like "Hey, I heard you were the wild one."
Yes.
Oh, that's her. Yes.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
duet.
Yeah.
I'ma be a hummer.
She was on the hook of that song, and then she like got kind of big after that.
Flo Rida.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, so Sia is a genius in her own self, but the next person I want to talk about and ask you a question about is, not enough people talk about the genius of Pierce Brosnan and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
What do you think about that? Would you agree or would you disagree, or do you not have any thoughts whatsoever?
Genius.
Genius.
Absolutely. Pierce Brosnan, though, not Robin Williams.
Robin Williams got all the credit for Mrs. Doubtfire, and he rightfully should have, because he killed that role. But Pierce Brosnan, I don't think Mrs. Doubtfire would have worked without him in that role.
That's a great point. I never considered.
I've given this a lot of thought.
That's a great point.
He was so like pure,
So-
just like innocent dad kind of like vibes.
like businessman got his shit together. Like the
Right.
new dad.
He killed that role. He killed that
Wow.
role, and like he Mrs. Doubtfire wouldn't have worked without him.
Absolutely.
Never even thought about it before.
So it's funny you mentioned that because, host one, between
Host
me and
one.
guest, yes,
That would be me.
That is you. Between me and guest two here, we are very fond of this movie,
We
Mrs.
are.
Doubtfire.
Yeah, we love Mrs.
And
Doubtfire.
Pierce Brosnan has a obviously he was James Bond at the time, and then he does a supporting role, and he was brilliant. It's brilliant. He's Sally Field's love interest, and he just he's so serious. He's kind of like the straight man in a very funny way to Robin Williams.
And Pierce Brosnan's from, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Europe?
He's from Europe.
Where's he from?
Yeah, he's from London. He's for sure from England. He's 100% British.
So he's got that, like, I feel like some of these European, like the sarcasm is not all the way there, so it kind of worked for his role.
Kind of worked, yeah.
It worked for his role because he was like, "Who are you?"
There's a scene.
I am the father.
Yeah,
like,
there's a scene at the pool. Yeah, I remember Miss Doubtfire at the pool, and I forget they're at the bar at the pool.
Classic.
And what does he go up? He goes up to Robin Williams and he says something. He's kind of like talking shit to him at the pool.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I can't believe I can recite the movie by heart and I can't think of it.
I know. And then Robin Williams turns around and throws like a pineapple or something.
He's a run by fruity.
Run by fruity. He throws it at his head, and he just turns around and looks at him and like cracks his neck. And
Sally Field has been 70 for 25 years.
Yeah, she has. I think that's the funniest line.
Is she still alive?
Was she ever young?
No, yeah, she
always had that like motherly grandmotherly look to her. I've never seen anything.
But she is known for the. They love me. They really love me.
Oh, they love me. What
she
movie
seems
was
like
that?
she grew up in tremendous wealth
won an award.
and privilege.
Yes, that was her Academy Award. What movie? I don't think any of us know what movie. They love me. They really love me. That was like in the 70s.
Yes, that was when she was young.
Yes.
Now she's old and permanently 70.
Yes, permanently 70. And she played Forrest Gump's mom in 1994. Wow. And that's over 27 years ago. And she still seems 70 years old.
Bubblegum shrimp.
Bubblegum shrimp.
And then my co-host here, I wanna get this going here, because we're raw, we're live. How often would it work going into a bar, any random bar? You just walk up and down the street, you go into every single bar, you go up to the bartender and you say, your last name is Jones or Smith, and you want to put your drink on that tab. How much would it work to just get free drinks doing that?
Wow. It should work a lot of the time.
Genius.
You say your last name is Jones or Smith.
Or Patel.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta throw it.
You could throw in Patel.
You couldn't do it in certain places, though.
This is true.
Yes.
Probably not in Wrigleyville. Maybe. Is that racist? Oops.
Well, Wrigleyville, that's
I don't
in
discriminate.
Chicago, but we're global here.
Yeah, this is a global podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
I was just throwing out, like an area that is probably
There may be a small town in South Dakota somewhere that you might not be able to go in and use an Indian last name. Or maybe like a small town in...
Patel or Gupta.
Phoenix, Scottsdale. I don't know. Just
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
There we go.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of those.
Do you think it would work often?
I think it would. I think... are those the most common American last names?
Jones and Smith? I believe so.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you know what?
Smith, not Smith.
In honor of my dog, Smith. So...
There is a line from... Going back to Mrs. Doubtfire, there is a line when he's doing the calls. He goes, Smith. He goes, my name is Smith, not Smythe. That's Smythe with an E at the end.
Lena!
Yeah.
Get back in your set! Don't make me get the hose!
That's when he's making his phone calls to Sally Field to interview as nanny.
Alright, what the fuck are cicadas?
What? Cicadas the bug? Are we talking about bugs?
What are cicadas and the noise they make?
You know what they are? They're a new bug that comes out like every 15 years. It's like, oh, there's this cicada. And then next year there's going to be the 17-year cicada. And the next year there's the this one hasn't been out in 12 years cicada.
Wow. And then you know what? They are the most goddamn annoying bugs in the world.
All right, I have a question. What the hell do people do on roller coasters with their phones and wallets when they're riding upside down?
Ooh.
Wow.
Why is this not discussed more often?
Yeah. What do they do? Does it fly out of the pocket and hit the person behind them?
But it has to happen more frequently that you're on a roller coaster or you're on some ride in an amusement park and you go upside down and everything falls out and you're like,
yes,
whoa,
right.
and the ride thinks you're enjoying it, be like
yes.
But you're just like, fuck, I lost everything I own.
Everything, yeah.
I think that shows maybe how long it's been since any of us have been on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But we didn't have phones.
I haven't been on a roller coaster for a lot of years, and this is before phones existed.
Exactly, me too.
But
so
wallets existed.
So I guess we could just ask maybe the Gen Zers. I'm not sure.
Ooh,
I know it's a great
Gen
question. If we're
But
just
wallets existed.
Gen Zers.
Purses existed.
Do they put them off to the side? I
So,
don't know.
yes.
Is there a bucket?
Wallets are
them in?
bulkier. No one's gonna leave their wallet before they go on a ride.
But maybe they have a designated area, where it's
Yes.
here, put your purses and all your belongings
Let me-
here. Your
Let me give a factual answer here because I was at Six Flags Great America Halloween Fest.
Question.
Oh, fuck
mind.
the answer. Never mind. Let's go.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say there is a designated area, and that's that.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the valuables.
Yeah,
you know?
or the rides keep it in your pocket more.
No one's
than you
leaving
think.
their phone or wallet in Disney.
No,
area.
no.
The
You
valuable
take that
area. I
chance.
bet you there's buckets.
There's
where they're
buckets.
like, here,
There's
put your
cu-
the
there's
valuables
cubby-
in
yeah,
here.
Cubbies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who is wealthier to your knowledge, Will Ferrell or Chad Smith?
Oh.
They
Who is
so
Chad
okay.
Smith?
The
Chad
drummer.
Smith, Will Ferrell. If you're a little knowledge, they look exactly the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
Literally identical. Almost could be twins. Will Ferrell is a famous actor. Chad Smith is the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay. I do know who Will Ferrell is. Chad Smith. I'm gonna have to Google him.
This is a very good question because there's been a lot of hype around the two of them where it's like, oh, they look so much alike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Okay.
a little scary.
But yeah, okay.
Well-
Who's wealthier?
Who's wealthier?
Off the top of your head, because I
Probably
think you're
Will.
gonna instantly think Will Ferrell.
Chad Smith.
Exactly. You're gonna instantly think Will Ferrell, but like,
I don't.
Could be
drummer for the
both.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Chad Smith.
Is it no way.
I bet.
There's
yeah,
no
100%.
shot. No shot.
You never know what they do with their money. Who knows?
True. Yeah.
Investments.
Investment. Yeah.
They like
Stupid.
Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Spending it at
I'm
the
sure they've made a lot of
whatever.
money. The Red Hot Chili Peppers have probably made a lot of money.
Good. Yes. Maybe million, hundreds.
They've Tours.
Hundreds
They've
of
toured
millions.
everywhere. They've sold so many records. Like
And then,
yeah.
like,
Shit, I
what
wanna
is it called
jam
when you
out to
still
them.
get money, like, for your songs being played?
Royalties.
Royalties, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there such thing as royalties for movies? I don't know. Probably,
Well,
maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. There's points.
yeah.
They get it
But
from
Will
that.
Ferrell's also been like in so many successful
Yeah.
things.
So
The
do we know
actors-
the answer? We
the
don't.
Actors get like points. It's like called like points or something.
Oh, okay.
Right, and that's how they get paid.
That was probably a stupid question.
If
on
any
the
of our
Paris
listeners
that I asked
know
it.
the answer to this, they are required and encouraged to call in.
Yeah, call in. We're
Call
going
in
to start
to our
taking
number.
callers soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a number provided
Yeah,
in
there's
the
gonna be a-
details?
Yeah, there's gonna be a hotline. Right to the.
Comment below.
Yes, we're gonna.
Okay.
This is an old school channel.
Why does Rob Gronkowski
Wow, I have a story about him.
Oh.
But
purposefully try to sound like he's a bit mentally challenged?
do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Oh yes, let's hear it.
He is.
He is. Wait, guest 2 has met Rob Gronk.
Oh,
Let's hear.
yes.
Let's hear the story.
I,
Let's hear.
wow. Do I tell it? Do I want to reveal this story on the pod?
Guest 2 with the breaking news here.
You know what's funny is that like he probably doesn't even remember,
What happened, guest
but
2?
I
You
do,
never know.
and my roommate
We
certainly
have
does.
to hear. We have to hear at this
Wow.
point.
Okay,
At this
so
point, yeah, we have to. Hear
I
it.
gotta keep my details private.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say.
Share what you wanna share.
You know, I went to a
you wanna
certain
share.
college.
Yeah.
He might have
Face
gone
Today
to a certain.
Face Today podcast. We share whatever you want to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to a certain college.
Yep.
He might have gone to that certain college as well.
Ooh.
And maybe like decided to come back and visit when he was like on the Patriots and was like a big, hot shot, whatever he played.
Football.
Football, yeah.
Tight end.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know who he was really because I don't know a lot about sports.
In the Southwest, but yeah.
Long story short, somehow me and my roommates, got in with him and his friend at the bar because he came to the bar, and we might have made out with him. And I'll just leave it at that.
Wow. The juicy details.
Yeah.
Guest 2 breaking news on the
Break-
Face Today podcast.
And the next
Break-
day,
Uh-oh.
some some chick from like this other school was like in the news, like picture of her like wearing his like
Jersey.
jersey. Yeah, and we were like, oh shit, that could have been us, but it wasn't.
Wow. Gronk, if you hear this podcast, go.
We need to get Gronk on the Face Today podcast.
We like you, but
He
we
lived in the
also,
Berg for a while too. He lived in Pittsburgh. He went to Woodland Hills High School.
That's
for
right.
a year.
But
Yeah.
getting back to your question, he does sound a little mentally slow.
And he sounded a little mentally
does.
slow that night.
Did he?
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, dude, it's like you're not doing yourself any favors by the way you present
And
yourself.
you know what? He is a little bit of a money grubber. He really takes any advertisement he can get.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's not cool. We want people with integrity and some dignity. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
There was a time where he was literally like shilling anything.
yes, exactly.
Like he was just like,
Anything.
I'm Rob Gronkowski, and I have a phone, so I bet on sports. And if I bet on sports, you should bet on sports too.
Wow.
He's like that in
Host
person.
one. Host one does a great impression.
I'm Rob Gronkowski, and I was a football player and I bet on sports, so you should bet on sports too.
Yep.
It's unfortunate there's no video for this pod because
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah,
Even the facials that co-host or host one just had was spot on.
But his ego is so like he thinks he can just do that, and like people will be like, oh, like, I'm down with that.
He does. Yeah.
What a
I know
clown.
that.
I hate we don't like to call this very lightly, but Rob Gronk is a clown.
All right, I have one. Should we wrap this up soon?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
I think it might be.
What do you think life was like for the person who played Pinocchio in the movie?
in the live, well, we're all laughing.
This is actually
Post
a
your
question I've
Manos.
been wanting to ask my co-host for a while now.
We are laughing. We are laughing a little too hard.
The voice of Pinocchio?
Yeah, well, obviously not.
I'm not sure if they redid it any time.
No one played Pinocchio.
Okay, but they keep redoing these Disney movies with people
I'm
these
talking
days,
about
so I thought maybe that.
about the original
Got it.
OG Pinocchio.
okay.
The original OG Pinocchio, like Disney movie that was like, the classic.
Right.
Like it was obviously it was
Yes.
a cartoon. Someone
What's
played
the,
him, but like
I
someone
see.
voiced him.
We're not talking
Yeah.
this
I should
remake stuff.
I should have said like, what do you think
Yeah.
it was like for the person who voiced?
No, that was a dumb assumption that I was thinking of
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
modern day reenactments with the people that they've been doing. That's
we
been a
should
thing.
we should see the modern day.
I don't think they've done
Who
it
voiced
yet.
the? Like
We
you
should
said-
invite him on the podcast.
the original
Pinocchio.
voice from
The
19
original
Wasn't it like
Pinocchio?
made in 1950?
It's probably
No, it was like 1990s. Every Disney movie was in the
I don't know
1990s.
about that.
No. That's the Pinocchio is an old like Disney masterpiece classic.
But the one you like grew up watching?
Really, it might be 90s. You might be right. You might be right.
Maybe this pod needs to start fact checking.
Remember the song?
fact check it.
Fact check. I have no strings to hold me down, to make me frown.
Yes.
I think that's like the guy that you're referring to. Probably a grown adult.
How does
now.
Pinocchio? His nose just keeps getting bigger. Was he a Jew?
He was a liar.
Shit, he might have
Yeah.
been.
He wasn't telling the truth. I don't know.
There's
Do
so
Jews
many
lie?
like there's so many like different like Jew Pinocchio type
archetypes.
things we could like say
Yeah.
along these lines. But by the way, we have our host and co-host and guest two are all Jewish.
Yeah. Oh, we are.
I just want to say that if anyone's listening and is like, you're
Non-religious.
anti-Semitic, we're canceling you.
Yeah.
We're all Jewish, so
Yeah.
just fuck you.
Fuck yeah.
We can say whatever we
Do you
want.
think that's where the Jewish
Um,
big nose stereotype stemmed from? Was that we are liars? And the
Liars.
nose grew, and now it's just like hereditary.
going
Oh,
on?
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
asking questions now as if I'm.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Are we still? We
We're
are
good.
live.
We're
oh wow,
live.
we are still live.
We are live. We're back.
We're back. All right. Has Lenny Kravitz ever had his sunglasses off?
No, never.
Never I seen.
Never.
I've never seen
This
it.
is
Yeah,
this is
many.
real. This is I swear to God, this is a real question.
I started listening to Lenny Kravitz in 1999.
Yeah.
And I still have never seen his eyes.
Has he ever had any songs besides "I Want to Get Away"?
I wanna
wanna
fly
And then like,
away.
what's the other song?
He did, American Woman.
American Woman.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
But he's so famous and so popular, but he's never done anything.
Yeah, he's never
Kinda
done
like,
anything.
is he married to Gwyneth Paltrow?
Oh, he's- oh my God. He
He's
might
like
be.
Sia. He doesn't
He's like
want
Sia.
his
No.
face to be fully
Well,
exposed.
Sia's done things
He-
though.
No, but I mean, like he doesn't take the glasses off because
Yeah.
then you can't see his eyes.
Sia-
hides the face with the wig,
Yeah.
Or
Similar
he's a
kind of
drug
vibe.
addict and his eyes are too fucked
and-
up to even like present
Yes.
themselves. Yeah.
And also, American Woman is a cover. He didn't even write that. So
Right.
at least Sia has written her own music. Maybe
She's original.
if she's a real person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Conspiracy
I think she
theory.
performs her own music.
Is
I don't think she
Sia
writes
real?
it, though.
Is Sia? Well, also Lenny Kravitz gave birth to Zoe Kravitz, who's like a movie star now.
Right. She was in Californication.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know, Sia is like 50.
is she that
she
old?
She's so old.
Oh yeah, she's been around. She's a.
That's why she needed Maddie Ziegler to be in her music videos because she's an old head.
No, this
can't
I don't
dance.
want this podcast to be bashing on Sia because there's so many songs I like by her.
No, I like her too.
I could
Yeah,
actually
same.
I could actually list off some songs I love.
She's
I
like
love.
legit talented, like can actually
Yeah.
sing,
Oh,
and like
yes.
her lyrics and stuff are pretty deep.
Yes, very.
There's a lot of like
very-
non like radio songs of hers too that are like just phenomenal. I
Mm-hmm.
really mean that, and I would love to present my listeners to some of those.
Yes.
And,
Maybe we'll
Maybe
do
list
that.
below.
List below. Yeah. Check the bio. Check the link for. Well,
Top Sia songs.
Yeah. Top Sia
she kind of reminds me of Nelly Furtado.
Yes.
Yeah, what happened to Nelly Furtado?
I'm like a bird.
I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. And she was in that song with like Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake, like. "Da,
Oh yeah, there was another track they did. Yes, together.
I'm the type of woman that
Yes.
Oh.
I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm unable to sing along. But
yeah.
I don't care the cookies and the pom pom pom. That one,
yeah.
It's I'm as real as they come, and I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'll give it to
yeah.
me or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep trying to catch up. But
Timbaland.
I just,
That was when Timbaland was going through his stage. He was just like, you can't do. Yeah, we have no images here.
You need
at
images,
Face Today,
but the host one was just
Timbaland was always just like a little bit overweight, like black.
Wow.
Really talented
It's
producer.
good.
Was that a thunder?
That was a thunder. That was quite the thunder. Right?
Holy
was
shit.
That
there's thunder, there's ambulances.
We're going to take a break here at the Face Today podcast. And we're back from the break. The break where we have some inclement weather going on here. Last question, closing out the podcast tonight for my cohort.
Cohort?
Cohort. What the fuck are ants, and what the fuck are they doing, especially with the long line they make? 2 blocks marching down the block.
Oh my god.
That reminds me of the Dave Matthews Band.
I was just going to say that. I was literally just going to say that. We're on the same wavelength.
Yes!
We are. Let's go.
Ants marching. That's
We're
classic.
all thinking the same. But seriously, though.
Well, what are
why
ants?
do ants march?
What do ants march? Well,
they're just pests and they're annoying.
There's pests, yeah.
It's like, get out of my house.
But why do they march in line?
Like, in line. Ants marching. You know what? I'll take ants over bees and wasps any day.
Yeah.
Or spiders.
Or spiders.
An ant.
Yeah. They're not so bad.
You know you can die so easily at any point. You don't know. You might not know that though. If you were an ant, would you know that you could know that, or would you not know that you could not know that?
Remember that movie, Ants?
Ants or Bugs Life?
Bugs Life, yeah. You could see it from their perspective if you wanted.
Yeah, you should get stepped on.
Yeah, then you stick to the shoe.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap this up. For all of our listeners out there, we appreciate you tuning in to this episode of Uncomfortable Being Uncomfortable.
Yes, uncomfortable. Face the day of being uncomfortable.
Lean into it.
My co-host,
Be uncomfortable.
and then our guest 2. We really appreciate you listening. Guest 2 will be around in the future. Don't worry. And we love you all, and we'll see you soon. And we can't thank you enough for listening to us and continuing to tune in.
Yep.
Have a great day, great night, great afternoon, great morning.
And
to all our Aussies out there, good day, Mike. Good day, Mike.
Good day, Mike.
To all our Chinese listeners,
shishi,
shishi, ni hao.
Shishi.
To all our Korean listeners, like kamsahamnida.
Can't forget
and
shalom.
To all our
shalom.
to our Hebrew listeners and Israel listeners, shalom and boker tov. And to all our what else we got?
All over the world.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah, Japanese listeners, namaste. Watashi no nama wa katsumakamnisu. And then to our
American listeners,
Czech listeners, dobry den.
Dobry den. Bangashe.
Oh, ne is actually
Salud.
Korean.
Salud. Yeah.
Oh wait, is that?
Yeah, salud. Bros is German.
Yes.
We'll be on a German nude
that
beach
Antism?
one day,
Yeah.
and we'll see Jan.
Jan.
Good day, mates.
Good day.